It is part of living. Maurice, you won. You won. You won. These days you have a habit of catching me unaware. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to yet another episode of the Talk Track. My name is Roy, aka Kamada, aka what? Chris, what do you call me? Kamada what? Embuz, aka I've forgotten all the AKAs. Talk Track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, shot, and sound mixed by Morris, aka Moro Moro, aka the OG Kara Junkie, aka Solid, aka Gumite. AKA the only Munyankore with dreads in the history of Uganda. This is life, man. So a lot has been happening. By the way, we've not been around for a while. Morris care to explain why. Morris got married. Yeah. You can see you. No, we're taking a brief hiatus, but we are back. Thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. You've missed a couple of episodes. I have a bone to pick with you. You've missed a lot of episodes, so I have a bone to pick with you. You've been nice. Been around for most of them. Yeah. Chris, you've been asking me what the topic is for today. And I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. But before we get there, as usual, we're Plot 8B, Governor Road, Barrow House, aka an official home of the Kara Junkies. Shout out to Mama Barrow, who's here with us. Yay! Najelev was long. Weekend was long. Some of us don't remember the things that happened. Yeah, and also we don't own any of the rights to the music you're going to be hearing playing in the background. Then the thoughts and opinions obviously presented on the Talk Track are not representative of any of the entities affiliated with the Talk Track, that is the Barrow House or the Kara Junkies. These are opinions presented through lived experiences. And but please feel free, to engage with us. You can leave us a comment on our socials at Talk Track UG on YouTube. And everything or every feedback that you leave helps us grow, helps us improve, helps us change. So we'd really, really be appreciative of that. Now, the Strait of Hormuz is happening. Strait of we're dealing with a lot, like in the world of late. City councils have become city councils. Yes, city councils have become city councils. Then you have, I don't know what is going on between the US and Iran and Israel, and the spillover from that. It feels like every 2 days something new is happening. Seems like Trump is shitting his pants every day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. If you've been keeping track of what is going on, you do see and understand that this thing is going nowhere. Like it's downhill. Like someone just has to swallow their pride and say, okay, I'm done. Let's stop this foolery. Let's just sit down. I watched way too many movies. I thought this is how the president is supposed to act. But yeah, so that has been going on. Birthdays were celebrated. Birthdays are going to be celebrated. And we're all happy people here. Morris, I want us to discuss something really important today. TikTok. No, it's just the premise for the discussion today, right? TikTok. TikTok became really popular during COVID, during the pandemic. It was a period of relief, right? It offered a sense of relief. It offered a sense of connection, but it did offer that sense of relief and that sense of connection in very, very small snippets of time, 30 seconds. To be precise, right? Which was the same thing that used to happen with our WhatsApp statuses before. There were 30 seconds, then up to 45, then to a minute, and I think now they're a minute and a half. When Snapchat had just started Snapchat Stories, Snapchat was the very first social media platform to present an avenue where you could tell a whole story in a very short period of time. So Snapchat is what introduced stories. Also 30 seconds. And then that trend continued into other social media platforms. YouTube came up with YouTube Shorts, 30 seconds to a minute. Instagram came up with Instagram Reels, all 30 seconds to a minute. And what has then happened is research has shown that over the last 5 years, brain rot has become sort of more prevalent in society at the moment, right? Where our attention spans have severely dwindled. I think from 2020 to about 2025, when I was reading it today, there's been about a 30% reduction rate in attention. And that is why YouTube apparently right now is struggling a lot, because YouTube is one of those places where you can get full length videos and everyone is like, yeah, but we don't do those anymore. Just put a YouTube short and we get done with it. And while like so much we'd like to discuss about that whole issue of attention, which I'm sure will come up much later in the discussion we're having, I think for me this tells a larger story. And which is why I asked that question before when Maurice caught me off guard before we started. Is I asked the question, are we living or are we distracting ourselves? Right? Because I feel all of these places, and that's why I started with TikTok, because at least I know all of us here have interacted with TikTok. It feels like, I'm going to speak for myself, it feels like, and me and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I'm not even going to lie to you, go to any free time I get, right? But I normally find I start doing that when, let's say, I have a large task to do and I don't know where to start from, so I'll run to TikTok or run to YouTube. So are we? Is it a sign of something larger? Have these short videos, these short spans, these short outlets of ours, have they become popular because we are using that as an outlet, because we're using that to distract ourselves, or are we living life and that's just our new normal? Rowena.
To be honest, I think even in the past we wanted things to be precise and brief. Thank God. You see, nothing comes on the market without demand, you know? And I want to think, because I remember back in the day of Facebook and WeChat, we would, pile all the photos in one album and just throw them there. You get? Because no one has time to attend now, this, that. So I think it's not that it is a thing now, but I think, it is something that was needed. The demand was there. So someone said, you know what, I think people are tired of these long videos and what. And I personally enjoy TikTok because, hey, it is not even being, I don't know, I don't want to call it brain, I know. Because I think when you go through people, this is, it has really helped a lot of people deal with their mental issues. People have been saved from these apps for real. When people are down, they go on the app. When someone is, like you said, when you have a lot of tasks and you're sort of like, where do I start from? It sort of gets you going, I think. You realize that you're not the only one thinking a certain way when you go through these things. I especially go straight to the comments because, people are hilarious out there. So instead of therapy, I want to say that is therapy. These apps are therapy. Now imagine I'm looking for a feel-good kind of thing, and it's a very long video. Along the way, I'm going to be like, next. So I won't even get the gist of the story because it's too long. So I am so glad the TikToks came, because it is part of living.
That is good. But then that actually then takes me back to the question I asked. Like, it is a feel-good video. You know it is a feel-good video, but you're intentionally skipping it because it's too long. Why have we gotten to that point?
I think we're already there. Like I said, the demand was there, because if they came up with that idea and we didn't like it, we wouldn't have gone for it. So we all ran to the apps that are brief, that are short, that are, clips and things like that. So I think we already wanted that. And someone identified that this is what people want now. We already wanted that. I mean, like I said, when we were doing Facebook back in the day, you just drop everything. There was no time to explain now, today, yesterday, what. You just put girls' night. You throw a whole album of very weird photos, by the way, when you go back. Because that is what we wanted, not because the attention span is. I think someone identified that this is what people want. I don't think it's a new thing for me. I think it was always there, but someone had to put it into, like, to make a reality of it. And I'm glad they did.
As someone who is glad, I don't know if someone has a different. Olivia, you were looking at her and going, No, because there is something, Rowena, that you said that there was a need for it, which I do understand. Nothing can happen without a need for it. But my thing is, with the way we've become heavily reliant on it now, and a lot of people have become heavily reliant on it now, do you think that maybe that need has outpast its time? Or is it just becoming more popular at the moment? Because, and that's why I asked, are we distracting ourselves or are we living life? Right? Because these have become go-to places for a lot of people, for a lot of things. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, right? But if at every turn you are running, or we are running to TikTok, we are running to YouTube, we are running, and not for anything particular, but for the short videos, for those escapes, then have we not then started living our lives there? And haven't they become more of a distraction than just being an accessory to life?
No, I think it's completely a distraction in my head. Like, yes, I can learn from those short videos, but it's actually made it worse because I don't have the desire to like sit and pay attention and learn more. And then like our brain is now programmed that we need that information like so fast. So we don't even pay attention. Like there's many times where I put on like a whole video, like let's say this war stuff. I've been trying to figure it out and understand it. But then it's like, this video is a minute and a half. And I'm like, it's too long. Like, I'm not going to pay attention, or I get lost in the middle of it. And then I'm like, okay, now I have to go back. And it's like, I can't even watch a video for a minute and 30 seconds. Like my mind has now been so accustomed to that so that it gets distracted if it's too long, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, okay, nope, I'm going to think about this other thing. Or there's just like a million things I think that run through our mind that we've stopped looking at the one topic and being able to concentrate on that one thing. So that's why.
Okay, I know most of us don't like those 1 hour videos, but I like the marketing strategies those people usually use.
Yeah.
If someone knows that is going to post a 1 hour video, they don't just bring it one day and they say, here is the video. They first use TikTok also. They bring a very short statement with 30 seconds video, then takes your attention. And then below it, you find the link, which is leading you to those 1 hour videos. So I feel the TikTok and YouTube, they're like brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. TikTok helps to advertise the videos on YouTube. So if you feel like you don't want to go on YouTube and spend there a full hour, you go and look for the short videos on TikTok, which help you to get the shortest message that you feel it is important to you.
What is important for me in this moment? How can I summarize a 2 hour and 45-minute video in 15 seconds? Yeah.
Yeah, no, as she mentioned that, I thought of something that steals our attention. There's those, they're like series, a series long. So short dramas, thank you. So you find that they use TikTok and Instagram Reels, the short ones, to advertise it. And every single time I see one and it captures me, how did it end? How does it? I find myself on YouTube Googling a 5 minutes thing, the full thing, and I'm going to spend time watching it. Which, if I didn't see this short thing, I would not have picked that attention. So that would be a perfect example of what she just explained.
Yeah, but then how do you end up on the short thing? How do you end up on the short thing?
It's the ad, TikTok.
That's exactly what I was talking about, is how they have become go-tos, right? You're going to end up on TikTok, you're going to end up on YouTube Shorts, and it's obviously going to take you to the other longer video. Yeah, but the other longer video was not necessarily your first starting point. Please.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
See, for me, even those short dramas, I check how many episodes. Because I'm not about to go 100 and something.
Really.
The longest, I'm like, maybe 80, maybe I can survive on that one.
80 episodes
Yeah,
of,
60,
of how many?
Trust me, when I see 100, I pass.
You pass.
Yes.
Have you seen the ones of the fruits these days? The fruits that are cheating on each other? No? Oh my God, AI is doing big things on TikTok. There's Apollina and tomato something and strawberry what? Oh my, I don't even know. I know this. Okay, but then now this brings me to our next question. Yes, Chris. I have been waiting. Give you a
Thank you.
submission.
Thank you, Kamada. Since you ake very many names, we can decide to
Any of them.
choose any of the few. One, I think TikTok, shorts on TikTok, YouTube shorts, these things have been around, but we never pay attention to them. I give you an example.
Give me an example.
Daily Monitor, our papers in Uganda,
Yeah.
they bring a headline underneath. They are so and so page 5, so and so page 8. Now, if you're interested in why you've bought a newspaper is on page 8, you rush to page 8. Only that we are so much used to the thing of not being giving things concentration. I do not know whether the sales of Daily Monitor, New Vision, Red Paper, call it what, The Observer, are still the same after TikTok has come. My other point is whether they are making us lose concentration, 100%. I would want to dare Peter or Olivia, whoever is here. It is very hard for you to concentrate on a document on your laptop and you have a TikTok account on your laptop. You will first minimize, go and check on TikTok. Because you think you're overusing the brain? No, it's an addiction. I have a story about TikTok. You have an appointment at 8 p.m. At 6 you wake up, be like, no, I'll move at 7:30. Before you get to know, it is 10. There, and then I deleted the application. Because I mean, you something has made you lose your appointment and you have no way of explaining to someone you're going to meet at 9 and you've come at 10:30. When I come to her point of advertising, yeah, it's kind of being innovative and creative, yes, in that now you see Al Jazeera has an account, even our own systems here in Uganda have accounts, Uganda Police does, very many government entities have. Yes, it is good because it is a trending thing in the world. We cannot stay in the ancient days, but rather we have to flow with whatever is flowing in the country. Now, if you want breaking news these days, before you get the newspapers, the number one app is X. You find the news on X before you get to know. Then later in the evening, you're free to watch NBS or NTV or any news broadcasting service you would want to have in Uganda. Why am I saying it is at times good for us is because it saves a lot. These apps have come to save a lot. It is very hard for anyone to post something on X when they are not sure. Because if the government says, for example, I'll give you one of the latest things is the person who killed 3 people in Chibuga was arrested.
The girlfriend ratted him out.
You see? So by the time Daily Monitor tweets that on their account, then they are very sure that that news is, which is different from TikTok. Because TikTok, you're going to find very many funny videos. Some speculative, others even people. So TikTok is good, but if only we could learn how to use it in the proper way.
And it's interesting you say that because then I was going to ask my next question was, have they become a part of our lives or have they become a distraction?
I think it's, I would go with a 60-40.
60 in favor of?
60 distraction. 40, okay, 70, 30.
Yeah.
70 distraction,
That's
30.
by the time you get done with your submission, it is going to have jumped to 80.
Because I don't understand how someone wakes up and creates a very funny video abusing the other on TikTok, and then you also find yourself placing the what? The plus thing that you're going to follow that person. No. But as and when I say the 30%, yes, because something happens and someone takes a small video, puts it on their page, and before you get to know, you're getting informed. For example, if it's a robbery, there's an accident. That's why it is helping now.
So there is sort of an unfair balance in the sense that where we are at now in life, we can't do without these things, but we also can't run away from the fact that in some way, shape, or form, they might be doing more harm than good to us.
There's a difference of failing to understand and refusing to understand. So for us, we have refused to understand the use of TikTok. Others are failing to understand. More people who use TikTok know how to use it, but they have failed to understand how to use it in a proper way. And the 70% have refused, not failed.
So when I asked about the distraction, everyone just went distraction. Yes. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's good that we've all agreed this. But a distraction from what? What are we distracting ourselves from? It's very important. Because this is something we need to think about. If we're saying it's a distraction, what are we distracting ourselves from? Like,
we are distracting ourselves from things that we would have paid attention to more. Guys, we have AI, like you're saying, but someone rather uses AI than thinking out of the box. Our God-given natural wisdom has been put to a test.
Olivia, you have something to say. But wait, Ki also had something to say before.
Yeah, me. Today, I just realized I hate TikTok.
You hate
I
TikTok?
swear. It's today that I was like, no, like I'm done. You know that relationship where you keep carrying on even when you know it's bad? When I'm busy, I don't even realize how much time TikTok takes from me. But it's when I'm not busy that you wake up, as you said, you wake up 7. Before you even make yourself a cup of tea, you open TikTok, and before you know it, 3 hours are gone. And then you ask yourself, okay, what have I been watching? Like, you know those fruit things? You're like, okay. The comments are like, I should learn to scroll. So, I think it's a negative addiction. It's not even that it has made things convenient. It's just an addiction. Like, you don't even know what you're watching. You're just scrolling. Yesterday, I was reading for a paper, but I couldn't even read for 1 hour without touching my phone. I think I watched more TikToks than I read.
You still passed though, right?
Yes, I passed. I hope so. I hope the lecturer thinks I passed.
Solid. Gumite.
Yeah, it's today when I was like, whoever introduced me to TikTok, I don't like you. Because I realized like what I used to do in that time when I was free, like I'm free right now, Monday to Friday, I would achieve so much. I would read books. I would like learn something. But right now, any free time, if I'm not sleeping, I'm watching TikToks. After 4 hours, data is done. Like I'm even spending more on data. So me, I don't like TikTok.
Well, let's not bash TikTok alone because now like for me as me, my 2 addictions, TikTok and YouTube. YouTube Shorts. You people, TikTok is bad. YouTube Shorts, and the thing with YouTube Shorts is they're always going to give you the illusion that you're actually looking at something informative, right? Because it's YouTube. And it's like, oh, there is so much information there. So the first one is about the Strait of Hormuz. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is what Trump is doing. Okay, let me scroll to the next one. And then the next one, they're telling you, oh, Spider-Man New Day or Brand New Day, the trailer is out. You're like, cool, I now know that. Then you scroll to the next one and someone is telling you a story of how some woman in Mayuge fell in a pit latrine because she was having sex with her brother's son. And before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole. But I do understand, like, I get where that is coming from. But when I asked initially, if we're using these entities as a distraction, then what is it that we're distracting ourselves from? Like, is that something we can honestly speak about right now? What are we distracting ourselves from?
Honestly, I think it's part of living, no? I want to keep saying it. Distraction is part of living. Otherwise, because you're trying to find ways of surviving the next day and the next hour, you know? And like I said, for me, I think it's quite therapeutic. And I like TikTok because let me tell you, it is helping me because I don't want to go through things that I don't like. Okay? And I am glad if I'm going to take my 2 hours for when I'm seeing the stuff I like. Okay, I don't have to go through all the other clutter to find what I want. So that basically you're going to feed me what I want, and it's okay because the world is hard as it is. So really, if I take the whole hour, I forgot what I was supposed to do. It's okay.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, because you see, this world. There's too much pressure, too much tension. You know, even our backs start to hurt and necks. I rather have my neck hurting from laughing and turning and, you know. I want to have like a charger like for Jocelyn. You know those very long chargers, eh? So you get it. So that, you know, you go through it. Personally, I like the TikTok. I like, actually, I think it's the only, yes, all music, YouTube music and stuff. But it's okay because they're bringing me the stuff that I like. I found out that there are so many other million human beings who think like me. So I rushed the comments. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to say that one also. But the problem is I don't want to type for me and say anything. I just want to go through. I get a very good laugh, you know. Some of these comments, I think we have so many comedians in the world. So for me, I like TikTok. Sometimes, by the way, before you even do anything, you wake up, you get on the phone, you forget that you're supposed to do something. It's okay sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
Of course, but sometimes, you see.
Yeah.
And that is why these apps, like we said, we use them when we are having a lot of things we are dealing with. Yeah? Because that's why I said it's quite therapeutic. Yeah? And like I said, the world is hard, you guys. So when you have a good laugh, and sometimes, like for me, there are things I like to know about. So they'll bring you not just about that one thing. There's so many angles to the same thing. So for me, I think I learn a lot from TikTok than some of these sites that seem like they are legit. Yeah, because you're hearing something from someone that you've never heard about. You're like, hold on, you mean? Then you go down that rabbit hole. Okay.
Of the Mayuge woman.
Yes.
That
so
one.
You find yourself finding out a lot of things. At my age, there are things I find out. I'm like, you mean this whole time? Or you mean I could do this? Or you mean this is what happens? Or you mean this happened? Yeah. I think it's very informative as well. You live alone there. I think your TikTok will look like what you like, or like you.
Olivia wants to say something.
But I wanted to say, wait, someone did their brother's son and they fell in the toilet.
Oh yeah, it was a whole thing. Oh my god, yeah, no, it was. I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten the name of the village, but yeah,
Because what the F?
It was in the pit latrine, and the pit latrine caved in. Like the floor of the pit has
Ancestors were like,
oh no.
that shit fallen shit. Okay, I had something to say apart from that. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a joke.
Let shit fall in shit.
That's complete shit. So I wanted to say that when he commented about the you asked what are we running from, and immediately I thought of the status quo in the country, with how the situation is really hard with all the changes and everything that is coming. We're all running crazy, and you find that some people choose these apps to distract themselves from the reality. I remember there's when I was watching the new taxes that are coming,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
the how my government is in how we have to pay off some loans.
Yeah, 4.8
and then so
trillion.
the taxes are going to be high, so we can clear those. And so you sit down and think about these many things. You're like, so how have we used that money that we are paying? And and so you see a lot of things are already hard, and then you realize it's actually going to get worse. Like, so you find that a lot of people run to these apps, A, to distract themselves, B, they think it is a way of making money. You find that a lot of young people now, content creation is becoming a job because of these short things. Because people are like, you can't survive in the normal ways. Maybe let me go. Before you know it, you're sitting down. You want to start a band. You're like, okay, let's start a band and sing. And then, before you know it, copyright kicks in. Boom. You have to pay for our music that you're going to sing in your band. And you're like, man, we are village people. We wanted to just quaya.
And to chill
So-
and relax.
A lot of things that are happening, honestly, put us in on these apps. Why we go on these apps is to distract ourselves. That's what we are distracting ourselves from.
Yeah.
And that's why we are always on here.
Now I'm gonna ask. Yeah, Joe was. Oh, sorry, Joe was. Yeah.
Before you ask, there's something that I thought about. At the end, if you are on that TikTok for 4 hours, what comes into your mind? Are you regretting why you've spent 4 hours, or you're happy?
It depends. I think it depends. There is happy here and there is regret there, and
There is regret.
I would like to hear from the both of them why the regret and why the happiness.
Maybe let's first hear
Yeah.
from them then.
I think I regret because I know there's that mindset of how we are raised. Time is an asset. Any time lost is irreplaceable. So after you spend those hours on TikTok or
On
whatever
YouTube
app,
Shorts.
I'm rarely on TikTok, but I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So after I spend that time, I'm like, wait a minute, what have I done? What would I have done? So there is that regret of I've wasted so much time. And that's why particularly I'm not on TikTok, because that's adding on another addiction. I'm not on X because I think these two are enough, and I also need to do better because I'm wasting time, and then also it cuts away this human interaction. Find that you can all be there, and I have a friend, you can be sitting with her, even watching a movie, and she's on her phone full time. So it's very shitty.
and happy. I see Rowena is going to tell us it's therapeutic.
You people, let me tell you.
Tell us.
By the way, my head is even aching.
Your head is aching. Weekend was long.
head,
Weekend was long.
I'm suffering slowly here.
No, you did it on our behalf. It's okay.
So for me, I'm happy. I'd be happy because let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Tell us.
The truth is, for me, you see, people have ways of, like relaxing and chilling. For me, that is my relaxed time. Some people take walks, some people go to try food, some people travel, some people, but the cheapest and easiest way for me is to be on TikTok. I don't regret those 4 hours. Why? Usually, like I said, your TikTok, your Instagram is going to look like you. You get the things you like, and now the world changed. They sort of, how do they call it? They bring you, yes.
What was the word? Don't whisper. We all want to know.
Algorithm.
That word.
I've lost an earring. Now, I'll pick it later. So now, definitely, the algorithm is going to bring what you like, okay? They are going to monitor because now I'm going to be happy for those 4 hours. Chris is on the phone also. So those 4 hours or 3 hours, for me, you find that there's certain topics, there's certain things that I like. So I'm going to go down, like I said, a lot of rabbit holes I go down. So yeah, chances are I'm going to spend 3 hours on something. And I am going to be satisfied that I've learned something new. Yeah? If I have not learned something new, I have laughed my ribs out. I have told myself, breathe. Because now, the time we are talking about that is, we are running, we are going where?
Joas, yeah, Joas.
You get for me why I don't regret, because where we are running to go do what? To do the
You've
to
gotten
do the
both
9
the
to
answers,
the 5 to the hustle to the stress to the oh my god, the headache, the this, the that. So for me, I tell myself it is okay. Sometimes that dead time is actually time well used, because we spend our lives running around like headless chickens.
Oh, footless chicken.
Like a guy, a guy thinks he's still alive.
King Julian. Yes, Joas. So you've gotten both answers.
Yes, I've gotten both answers. And why I was asking, for her results are negative, hers are positive. So if you're there for negative reasons, then that means you're just there to waste time. But if you're there for good reasons, because people have gained a lot, I can be doing research, there is a lot I'm learning, and I have to use social media. So I feel being there, it is not destructive if at the end you're not regretting and you're going to get positive results. So first find the reason. Why should you be there for 4 hours? If the answer is negative, wake up, delete the app, and forget about it. It is useless to you.
Joas is just like 1, 2. Give, if it's not working, go away.
I wish it was that easy. An addiction is not a choice. You delete it and then 2 days you put it back.
There is someone, there's a gentleman, he has a smartphone, but that smartphone is not on WhatsApp, is not on social media. Everyone is surprised. How does he manage? But do you know what it means? At work, you need WhatsApp at least, leave alone the Twitter and the rest. Even the email, it is not in his phone, he only uses computer. What I mean, his phone is only for calls. Smartphone, only calls. So if you cannot have such discipline, look for a button phone. Trust me, within 1 month, you'll be like, I'm not going back to the smartphone after getting used to it.
Tomorrow, I wish we could do something. When she says, if you don't have WhatsApp, social media, do smartphones alone. It is as simple as saying, I cannot use a laptop to play music, but I want to play music. You get my point? So you go back to those, how I wish the cameraman can show us the radio up there. That one. So if you don't want to play music on a laptop, please, you can use that one.
Spotify. On that
Spotify.
one.
Things like that. I really,
yeah.
I want to appreciate her, the way she has put out her things. But where we're heading to, my sister, when I see you championing for TikTok, we are going to have people you're going to employ because they got past using AI things, they cannot work as expected.
We shall have that AI conversation. Kia, you wanted to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, like, it's I wanted to add on what she said, that about it, if you can't if it's negative on you, you leave it alone.
Yeah.
It is not very easy. And also, I realize TikTok also doesn't give you what you like. Sometimes I just leave a video playing. I don't like it. Then the next time I come, I'm just seeing Apollina and whatever. I don't like them, but they are there. Every time you scroll, it's there. And I think, for me, I think TikTok is very destructive in a way that it increases anxiety. Today, I saw someone even win Meta, like for causing her depression and stuff. She won a case. She sued them, and everyone is wondering why they did not sue fast. but, but me, I realized like we distract ourselves so much, and we don't even get that positive. Talk about the taxes. We don't even read to understand the tax. We just go to TikTok to see other people reacting. Like if you say, if everyone knows like, oh, they've increased the taxes, but if you ask for detail, like, okay, how is the increase going to work? We don't know because we just went to react. To react.
You're right. In my own way, I'm thinking instead of having taxing people's money, the government should go for data and beer.
They've come for the beer. Excise
Let me-
duty has been
I
doubled
should
on
tell you,
beer.
I should tell you this. In Uganda, even if a beer is 20k, we shall drink.
All
That's
right.
true.
No,
Because honestly, because when you say you're raising pay as you earn
to 40%.
to 40%,
Yeah.
that means, and remember, I think we should first go for a break, then come back and dig into this better.
Morris will sleep here if we start on that.
Because I do not understand how, okay, it's proposed, yes, 40% of pay as you earn. You are not being considered that some people are on U8, so some structures have,
Yeah.
you have like 250k.
No, but they also said that they're bumping up the relief, the payment relief structure. So initially, pay as you answered it at 250. They're saying they're proposing that it will now start at 355,000.
No, listen. Those proposals are being made by someone who will not come back in cabinet. You understand?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't believe in everything being critical, no, but something that people have money, yes, but others are broke, yes. So when you're trying to deduct 40% to someone who are, okay, even if it's, okay, 500, 40%, you cannot pay as you earn 40. What about NSSF? Are you going to leave NSSF? Is it optional? No. It's a must. So how much am I taking home?
Oh, remember local service.
Other things.
Local service tax once a year.
Local service tax.
Yeah.
Other things, rent, bills. I don't really understand that.
That's a discussion. If we start having that discussion now, we'll stay here and cry. But to build on Kia's point, and my next question is going to come off that. She says, she hinted on something that I feel, Rowan, and this is not us bashing TikTok or YouTube Shorts or anything, but she hinted on something that I feel we don't talk about enough, how especially these short videos raise our anxiety. Recently, I was watching a video where they were doing a study on a child, right? A 3-year-old, and they gave him all the brain gear, and they were, exposing them to videos, right? Short videos like we normally do, like is the norm now, right? Short videos over a period of an hour, right? And in the first 10 minutes, the brainwaves showed that this child was calm and this child was enjoying what they were watching, right? Within 30 minutes, you could not visibly see it, but the brainwaves showed increased levels of anxiety in the child. Not because of what they were watching, but because stuff was coming at them too fast. Right? We get so much information really quickly. We don't have time to process. You've just seen someone react to the taxes. The next time you scroll, you're seeing Al Jazeera telling you they're dropping bombs in Qatar. You're like, oh my God, what is going on in Qatar? You scroll, something else is happening. You scroll. So I think that yes, please.
It's like you have a plate of food.
Uh-huh.
You have matoke, you have Irish, sweet potato, yam, everything, then greens. Later, after like, not even a minute, after finishing your food, no second or two,
Bushera.
Then later you have what? What kind of digestion is that?
So it takes me to then my next question. We have run to these platforms, like you said, as distractions for relief, right? does that mean we've completely ignored the art of boredom? And I call it an art because a lot of people these days will tell you, for you to actually be successful in something, you have to be okay with being bored, because it's being able to do the mundane things over and over and over again, right? So have we completely lost that art of boredom? Has it become a thing that we can no longer cope with?
I think sometimes we are scrolling because we are bored. Even when I'm scrolling, I'm still bored. Like, yeah.
Which is actually now more
So
scary.
it's my bored time when I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still bored. But yeah, I've seen what happened when they told us they're going to turn off the internet.
Yeah.
I swear, in our household, you should have seen the kids running to download things to make sure they have something
To
like,
occupy them, right?
to occupy them. I have little nephews, but the area where we stay, power goes a lot. So like the fear of boredom, I swear those kids be shaking when they know power is about to go and then internet will be off. You like see him panicking to download things. So me, I've seen like we are so afraid of boredom. We want to be occupied all the time. Though like I think boredom is necessary. Not boredom really, but relaxation. Like just existing. What happened to? Yeah, after lunch like we no longer even sit to talk.
Yeah.
Like it has taken so much from us. Like there are those shows we used to watch before news, the 8 to 9 before news, where everyone would be there watching. But right now those shows are playing and everyone is on their phone scrolling on TikTok. Like we have lost so much to TikTok and other short videos.
Yeah.
Actually, Chris has brought something that I wanted to bring out also. We are losing human touch in families and even friendship. Right now, when you go back home, instead of your child welcoming you back, welcome back, daddy, welcome back, mommy, they are busy even on the phone. They don't know that you have entered the house. You reach home, the kids are on their tablets, you've come back from work, you're busy also on your phone. The mother of the children is also busy on her phone. Now everyone is just there. The only thing is the woman wakes up, is asking the maid, is the food ready? Have you finished serving? You don't even know what is being prepared.
Even the maid is on TikTok. That's why the food is taking long.
The only talk that you have as a family is quarreling. Because before you know, someone will ask, has this been done? Everyone is busy. Who was supposed to do it? I don't know. Instead of coming as a family and you find maybe there is a problem, you come and solve it, everyone is busy. Until then, when it comes to be too worse, that's when everyone is waking up.
Yeah.
And is asking each other.
Rowena.
And I know for your team TikTok. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at our own security vis-a-vis social media and TikTok. Now, you have a family, you as a man, you're watching TV, the woman is on TikTok, the kids are on TikTok, the house girl, the maid is on TikTok, food is getting banned. Outside, the askari
Is on
is on
TikTok.
TikTok. Before you get to know, someone has broken in and they say maybe they're armed with a deadly weapon. All of you, hands down or in the air, and someone loses life. You understand? Let's not also look at these small things. Because even if you, as a man, you're on in your whatever it is, let me talk like Matembe. You're on TikTok. There are scaries on TikTok because families, we all know these days, we have Wi-Fi at our homes. So you can't deprive the askari of what?
Of TikTok.
Of Wi-Fi, And then...
That's how he shoots you also, because you didn't give him Wi-Fi.
So, that's where we're heading to. But she also said family. She said family touch and also family days out, guys. If in Uganda our kids are accessing TikTok and everything, in China, what you're calling boredom, people are busy manufacturing watches. Get my point? Boredom time would be you're teaching your own child something to do with his hands or their hands. But just in holidays, TikTok. I have a friend who has I think a young girl in her P6. He says, "You want a phone? Yes. You're only going to use the phone in the sitting room. But before 10, don't get to the phone. You have the phone between 10 and 2. 2, go on other things. Learn how to do a math. Things like that. Take your kids, let them learn how to
Pledge
no,
fees,
not that. But
No, but
learn how
fees
to do
is good.
some work in the gardens. Not begin saying how does cassava grow up. And he told you, the milk comes from my dairy. I think it is buried.
Rowena,
Thank
you wanted.
What I'm liking about this conversation is like, I think we are on two different pages because I'm seeing extremes in a sense of we are looking at it like the entire day or the entire what, yeah? And me, on the other hand, I'm looking at it as an app that brings you a certain this and that. So I think we are looking at it in different angles, yeah?
Perspective is important.
Yes, because what I'm saying is, of course, I'm not expecting that it is okay, to spend the entire day or to fail I didn't refuse that, but I told you personally, when I am on it, I am not regretting. You get to be on it, of course, because if someone fails to work, then what is that? However, if they go on the app to use it, how are they feeling in that moment? Is that app giving you joy? Is it not giving you joy? I think that's where we are coming from. Because me, I'm just looking at it in terms of, hey, I actually like to use this app. You get? And the one thing I wanted to say, by the way, I reach home, you have to welcome me. What are you doing on your nanny? That thing. You have not seen me? Yeah, you don't greet people? You have not seen me? Yes. Because let me tell you, the reality is these things are here with us. Okay? And as much as we are looking at their negatives or their positives, how then in that situation, with whatever it is that is in existence now, do you maneuver? Because we can't just say now, no longer remove Wi-Fi. Eh? You also can't say now, okay, since there is Wi-Fi, let us. You get? How do you work around it? It's like saying the environment's changed. Yeah, our days, we didn't have Wi-Fi. That is why we used to go play with random kids.
Doo-doo.
We come back now, as if we are from war, man. Man, you come back at 6.
We had a dual tournament. What are you
They've
saying?
not looked for you, but they know you're coming back home. By the way, even that at the time, they will tell you because there were reminders. And funny thing is, I found out everywhere in the world they were reminding our parents that the children are somewhere, please.
Bicycles,
Yeah.
the bicycles in
They were
1 yard.
reminding. Now, even that alone, at that time, there was a discussion. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Even then, there was a discussion on safety and security. Man, I don't know. You'd find yourself in some block. You don't know the kids. You've eaten food from some home. Man, you're riding bikes.
All because
I don't know.
All because of a dual tournament.
As long as you're like, the other one is my neighbor. My sister is there. My brother is there. By 6, you've all come back. No one has told you. You just know now the sun is setting. You make your way back home. You get? Even then, that was not secure. You get? You come back, smile this one, the bee has stung them, then the other one, smile what? So I think we need to deal, the things are here, and we've identified that, okay, the points are very valid. I think that's why I said from the angles we are talking about these things is different. Me, I'm not looking at it as an app I'm using until tomorrow and then I have not. I'm looking at it in that moment when I'm using it. You get? And I want to point out that I think, how can I put it? Like I said, how you use it. Personally, when I'm on there, I'm literally looking into certain discussions and topics. I am hearing one person's opinion in this, I'm hearing the next one. As much as we are saying their reactions, but there are people who have valid points in terms of that reaction. Just like what we've said here, it is going on YouTube. So someone is going to watch our reactions. They are going to pick information from what has been said. So, and for me, basically, it's going to be something about history or feminism or the things I like, really. And by that, now let me give you a tip.
Parthenogenesis.
Let me give you parthenogenesis. Let me give you a tip. When you stay long on a video, even when you don't like it, they assume you like it. Me, I think I don't like a shui. I pass. I don't want them to think I like it and I find it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it's going to disorganize my algorithm.
You are what? That one. Kia, you wanted to say something. Algorithm.
I think when we are talking in extremes, it's like the advantages are there. But I think for us human beings, we have a problem with moderation. That's why we normally go with for elimination. You come to me as your nutritionist, you say you have a problem with sugar because you're diabetic. And I'm going to tell you to stop taking sugar entirely. Yet you actually need that sugar.
Why did you have to go for those tests?
I could say the same about Gilbey's, but it's okay.
So me, I think our issue is moderation. It's so hard. Even when I put timers on my thing that after 1 hour, you close. It will close. I would say ignore for today. Like ignore a time limit. So I would rather just delete the app because we have really like self-control is so hard. And I think when they were trying to ban TikTok in the US, that was the issue.
Yeah, that was
and that's why they were
argument.
saying it's a weapon because where are you giving the world an app that you in your country you're not using? You get? So I think.
No,
yes,
no,
but
it's a Chinese.
it's a Chinese thing
one.
that is not being used in China.
China.
You get?
Yeah, from China.
Yeah,
from
it's
China.
not from China.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's like influencing. I'm selling you a what? Skincare that I'm not using, but I
Yeah.
expect it to work for you.
Jocelyn, you want to close us out? Uh-huh.
There is something I haven't had. I think I wanted to react to it when he talked about it, but the microphone overmoved and I left it.
Yeah, Thunderfire.
But now it comes back to my brain. I don't know. When we talk about these apps, do we talk about this thing called AI?
No, he did. He kept bringing up AI,
Yes.
but I feel like AI needs a whole day. We just need
I
to.
think we need to talk about
We just need to
AI,
have a talk
because
track episode
when
dedicated
he
to
talked,
AI.
I realized one thing that I keep asking myself, and it is affecting me. This app is making us lose confidence in ourselves, in our own knowledge. You find that every time I write even a message to a friend, I write it and then I go to Google and put it to AI because I think AI is going to write it better than me. Like even a
Make it for
document,
you.
even an email, you just write it. Normally you would write and trust and send, but now you can be on WhatsApp texting Kia and you're like,
It doesn't feel right.
AI. You go to AI, you copy and bring it here. So we need to talk about AI
No, we're going
and
to talk
how it is killing our creativity. It's fucking with our.
We're going to talk about it next Sunday. Jocelyn, in the interest of time.
I think it's not making you lose you're actually becoming lazy.
Yeah.
There's something I wanted to first ask my sister there. Have you ever entered someone's shop, a bank, any business, and someone is busy on the phone and is not giving you attention? Oh, yeah. How do you feel?
Ladies and
How do you
gentlemen.
feel?
1-0. Guys, time.
Even here.
Producer
But
is about
what
to
I was saying,
Producer is about to slap
what I
me.
was saying, and that is why I wanted to be clear and clarify that I have not said that these things. When I responded to Do I like the app? Yes. You get? It doesn't mean that my girl here, when you find her, she's very busy. You know? Even talk to her. So my response was in terms of, do I like the app? Yes. When I'm using the app, am I happy? Yes.
Hallelujah.
So all these other things are true. However, when I'm using the app, I am happy.
Jocelyn is closing us out after Joas. Jocelyn is going to close us out. And I did that on purpose because she's been quiet. She's been thinking a lot.
My final word on social media. Even Facebook, the first one was Facebook.
Yeah.
Then it was taken over.
27
So that's why
pictures.
I'm saying social media. We are fair to know when to use it, why we should use it. You find someone, instead of being busy doing work, you're on social media. Are you getting? But if I've reached home and I feel my head, if I go home now from office and I feel my head is tired, and I be like, let me be on social media for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I put it aside. That is okay. But I cannot be busy on business. The customers entered, and I don't want even to give you attention. That means I'm misusing it, and at the end, I'll get the negative.
Are you happy or not?
That's why I asked negative and positive.
I'm saying when you're using it correctly, are you happy or not?
You can be happy, but at the end, when you start calculating how much you've put in, now again you go back to the negative side.
All right.
I say when you're using it correctly.
Jocelyn is concluding for the night. Yeah.
Okay, no, obviously it comes back to how are we using it and the motive and the intention, because there's a lot of things that I've learned, of course, from social media. And there is the therapy part of it if you actually put the work into that. Maybe not just watching some movies, but there's a lot of things I've learned lately about mental health and about attachment issues and things like that that I never thought of before. But again, the algorithm brought me to that. And so
I feel like my algorithm and your algorithm are very similar. We need to have a discussion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically that, and then of course I'm learning about the news of the world and like the things that I wouldn't otherwise see because we don't use TV anymore and things like that. So I think it all just goes back to motive and intent and how you want to use those videos.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't think it's really a distraction, or I don't think it's as easy as putting it in a bracket of are we living or are we distracting ourselves, because I think it's all part of life. You can't have one without the other. You can't live without distraction. You can't distract yourself or self without leaving. Algorithm. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. It's been a really interesting discussion. Next week, we tackle AI and why Rowena does not like it. And Chris, you're going to be here for that AI discussion, right? You should be here for the AI discussion. Yeah, and how maybe it is changing how we view and how we see the world. But until then...
AI is questioning me. I'm sure that is what I want to say.
Worries. Peace out.
When you're using AI, you forget that first we use nice pens.
Nataraj. Nataraj is new. Big. Bayfar.